Yo, we're gonna be watching some Avatar today, and you might be wondering, wait a second, where is this guy's tank top? Why is he wearing a black t-shirt? Well, something came in the mail today, and let me just show you. What do you think? What do you think, man? Honestly, I love it. It looks cool. It looks so cool. And hey, I got one more coming. So next video, I think the next video that's gonna come out, you'll get to see the other one. And I think you guys are gonna like that one as well. But I had to get something, man. I had to get something. So, but anyway, yo, the last episode was peak, man. Actually, one of the greatest episodes in the series. Like, such an incredible episode. Just getting so much lore from Sozin and Roku and their relationship, right? Not to mention the absolute nuke that was dropped at the end by Iroh saying, Zuko, they're both your great-grandfather. And that was incredible, bro. Absolutely amazing episode. So I'm wondering what's going to happen this episode. I guess we'll get back to the gang. We'll get to a little bit of shenanigans. So let's see it. Book 3, Fire, Chapter 7, The Runaway. Oh, shit. It's not one of the gang members running away, right? Wow, what a crazy looking statue. Oh, TOPH. Oh, whoa. They captured TOPH. What the hell? What's going on? Whoa. Whoa.
No choice.
What? Wait, what's going on? What's going on? No, not another betrayal, man. This has to be a little false misdirection, right? Because what? TOPH got captured, bro. And Katara, she's like, yeah, you deserve this. Whoa. Okay, we're gonna get a little flashback, see how this unfolded, but what the hell? She had no choice. What do you mean? 3 days earlier, right, okay, little flashback. How did we get to this point? Oh, is this a little sparring match between the two? They look pretty angry at each other, man.
Okay, I'm ready.
Some training. Oh, wow, it's some Aang training. He's got to take both of them on. Oh. Okay, dude, this is awesome to see. Because, like, yeah, TOPH taught him the ways of earthbending, right? And the mindset of earthbenders, right? Be stoic. Not stoic, but, you know, be unmoving in terms of physical and mental, you know? And it's so cool to see Aang blindfold himself here. Because now he's doing exactly what TOPH is doing, right? You know, and I always thought it'd be like, that was a very TOPH exclusive thing, right? But it seems like Aang can kind of do some form of what she does, right? But I think to a lesser degree, because TOPH has spent her entire life without her eyesight, so she has completely mastered the ability to kind of detect, you know, vibrations and seismic waves. So I think it's just awesome that we get a little bit more training from Aang as well, right? And he's doing what TOPH is doing in terms of her approach to earthbending. Very cool, man. Oh, damn. He's got to take both of them on. A good job, Twinkle Toes. Damn. Oh, that hit Katara. Oof. Okay, Katara's angry. Oh, damn. And now she had to send a wave after her. Mud slug. Okay, take it easy, you two. Damn. Hey, here Sokka comes. Sneak attack. Oh.
Don't work if you yell it out loud.
Okay. And it's funny because, like, this was supposed to be a training session for Aang, but it's like immediately devolved into a feud between Katara and TOPH. And I just think it's interesting, right? Like the contrast in the personalities between the two, because they really are like kind of the stark opposite, you know, on the surface level, where, you know, Katara is just like extremely caring and very wholesome, but TOPH, on the other hand, she loves to bait people. She loves to rage bait people, you know, and get in their head. And Katara, she is not very good at, you know, the way of the earthbenders, where you can't let it get to you. It's cool to see that. Oh, damn, put mud in their face. Oh, okay. Damn.
Guys, I'm supposed to be training.
Yeah, I know, right? Take it easy, you two.
Training for today.
Okay, that was your training.
Let's go have some fun.
Let's go have some fun.
Yes!
Yeah. Okay, what are we gonna get up to in this little village?
Look at all those.
A bunch of messenger birds. Oh.
For myself.
Oh, wow. That's not the bird, right?
I gotta say, I like the idea of not talking to you. So, guys, silver piece.
Okay, we got one schmeckle, one little silver piece. We can get more money.
Right there.
Oh. A little bit of gambling, huh? Okay, this is cool.
This is where you seeing people are at a disadvantage. Rock at the last minute.
Oh, okay, yeah, a little bit of conning. Okay, so her plan is to basically con the con artist, right? You know, it's like he moves the rock at the last moment and no one can really see it with their eyes, but Toph can just feel it. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like Katara might have a problem with this, right? But at the same time, it's like, you know, this guy's just scamming people anyway, so scamming the scammer isn't necessarily the worst thing in the world, right? Oh, poor guy. And now we see some children that he can take their money from, their lunch money.
Play a friendly game.
I'm blind.
She's
You don't
blind.
have to see them.
Okay, yeah, it's all lucky. Okay. She's playing a good part right now. She's really selling it. Okay, it's in the middle. Easy enough. Yeah, he uses his sleeve. Oh, okay, okay. There it is. Bada bing, bada boom.
Fancy
Flameo.
You're amazing. A little more interesting.
Yeah, raise the stakes.
interesting.
This is a classic technique, man.
Well, Ken's fine sword.
Oh,
man.
the
Then
sword.
put up 20 silver pieces, and that's
Damn.
more interesting.
The 20 silver pieces for the sword?
For 40 silver pieces.
40. Okay,
40
Toph.
silver pieces
Lock in. Don't worry, Toph's got this. She knows immediately. So where is it? In the middle? Oh, okay. She pulled it back down in there. Smart. Very smart. Well, let's go. 40 silver coins. Cha-ching.
Where did you guys get the money to buy all this stuff?
Yeah.
Toph got us money.
Toph got us some money.
Scammed one of those guys in sneaky like.
Yeah, yeah.
She used earthbending to win the game.
Cheated because he was cheating.
Exactly.
Cheated a cheater.
Cheated a
What's wrong with
cheater.
that? Should make a habit of doing.
Okay.
Why? And you hate fun?
And she does not hate fun.
When Avatar promised,
Oh.
we'll make a habit of gambling.
An avatar promise. Okay, we're right back to it. Oh, okay. This now. Oh, wow. Yep, here's another victim to their scam. Nice. The little head nod. That's funny. Oh, the little power test. It's rigged as well, but Toph can easily do this. This is funny, man. This is wholesome. I like it. That hammer is like twice her size. And she's gonna use the ground to push it. Dang. Oh. What the hell? Okay. This is funny because, like, at first it was just, you know, scamming the scammer. But I don't know, man. At this point, Toph just hit the old classic maneuver. Oh, you hit me with your car. Give me your money and I won't call the guards, you know? Which is interesting. I think it's like, at first it was perfectly normal, like acceptable, right? Where there was someone scamming the people in the town, you know, with the little cup trick, right? And in that scenario, it's like, okay, yeah, scam the scammer. It's cool, you know. There's nothing wrong with it. Just don't make a habit out of it. And now it's, you know, it's kind of devolving a little bit, where it's getting a little more morally gray, you know, like not as justifiable as it was. And Sokka pretends to be the guard. I'll give you anything. Please don't tell on me. They're getting a lot of money. Katara's not gonna be happy.
Gone far enough. Something bad is gonna happen.
Something bad's gonna
For
happen.
once, stop being such a sour. Lighten up.
But Katara, you know, it's like Katara is right at the same time. You know, it's like, sure, what they're doing is fine at first, but it's also pretty risky at the same time, because if anyone figures out that Toph is like an earthbender, then the suspicion is going to be raised, you know, a lot. And they could even figure out that, you know, Aang is alive, the Avatar is alive, because the goal is to keep Aang, you know, under wraps for the most part, for the general public, you know, the higher ups in the Fire Nation, to believe that he's still, you know, dead, right? But it could easily, you know, get out of control, and if they mess up once, you know, and make it a little too obvious, then they get a lot of eyes on them, and that's not necessarily a good thing, right? Because it would cause a lot of chaos, right? And so, like, I think it's valid, like, both perspectives, even like Katara's side, right? Because Katara, it's not like she hates Fawn or anything, or she's just like jealous of what they're doing. She just doesn't want Aang to get caught, right? So it's like her perspective is completely valid. You know, she's just more on the cautious side, and also, you know, Katara is probably one of the most, like, morally, like, well-aligned characters in the show. Like, she has a very strong sense of what's wrong and what's right, you know. She always wants to help people, and so, you know, it makes sense that she doesn't really enjoy the idea of the scams that the gang are doing, you know. They're starting to just scam people that don't necessarily deserve it, I feel like. You know, with the carriage guy, he was just minding his own business, and then Toph hit that crazy little maneuver.
Like some wild child?
Some wild child.
Maybe.
See how great we have it.
Traveling around the world. Easy money. Having fun.
Making easy money.
No parents to tell us what to do.
Oh.
You're acting like your parents.
Oh, she's gonna strike a nerve with Toph.
Over you, so now you act like your parents don't exist.
Interesting.
You act like you hate them, but you just feel guilty.
You feel guilty.
I don't think so. But you just don't want to deal with
Yeah.
it. So instead, you act like this crazy.
Look, I ran away to help Aang.
She's kind of, and like she's right, you know, she's kind of psychoanalyzing Toph right now, but I think they're both right. You know, it's like Toph, yeah, she does love her parents because they're the ones that raised her after all, you know, and she does feel a little bit guilty that she left them, but at the same time, you know, her parents were way too overprotective of her to the point where it was very, you know, damaging to her. You know, they kept her so isolated from everybody else, and they viewed her as a lesser of a person because she was blind, right? The disability she had. And, you know, like that's the entire arc of Toph so far, which is like, you know, it's not a disability, it's a superpower, you know, in this certain scenario where she's an earthbender. And I just think this is cool because, like, you know, we had the Katara centric episode, then we had the Sokka's master episode where we got more insight into him as a character. And I didn't really consider the fact that, you know, we really haven't had too much time dedicated to Toph. You know, she's done a lot of very cool feats, you know, we've seen a lot of her powerful capabilities, but we haven't really got like a deeper look into Toph and how she's, you know, thinking and feeling, you know, and what she isn't really telling the gang. So I think it's cool that now we're getting a little Toph focused episode, if you will, and it's like demonstrated between the tensions of between Katara and Toph, and they're kind of like opposing ideals that they have, because they really are kind of the opposite in some ways. But I think Katara is right in this scenario, and also Toph is right at the same time. It's like there's no true right or wrong in this little argument we have.
Doesn't matter. You don't need that.
Exactly.
Got some third-eyed freak after us.
Yeah, combustion guy.
Third-eyed freak. What's the name for him?
What is
What do
it?
you think of Sparky Boom Man?
Okay, Sparky Boom Man. That's his name.
Just think about it.
Okay, that's got a ring to
You
it.
need to stop this. Stop, and not when you tell me.
Oh, okay, wow. She's gonna leave. And that's like another thing too, right? It's like the monetary aspect, right? One thing that I think is interesting is how Aang is kind of playing along with this, right? And one thing about the monks, I feel like they don't really have much attachment to material possessions. Like, they're not really materialistic type of people. And so I feel like Aang is kind of going along with this just because, like, you know, they want to, you know, Toph and Sokka want to, right? And of course, you know, it helps them get food. They need food and all the necessities to survive, you know, especially food, right? But at the same time, it's like, okay, now they're just making so much money from these scams. It's like, what's really the point? You know, because at the end of the day, they're not here to make money and, you know, just buy all these luxurious goods and stuff. They're here to, you know, end this conflict, this cycle. But at the same time, they're just kids, right? So it makes sense that this little scamming arc they have, it's alluring to them, you know, it's fun, it's exciting, and it's a little change of pace from what they've been doing, right? Oh, Toph's in her little shelter. Okay, just give her some space for a little
Speaking of
bit.
money, see you guys later.
Yeah, Sokka is materialistic. He loves doing a little bit of consumerism.
Goodbye. to Team Avatar.
Oh, they got a
My name's
hawk.
Sokka, and I'm your new owner.
Okay.
And as such, you're in our group,
There's
so
already
I
a
don't wanna
lemur.
see any fighting.
Oh, what the hell? It's a TOPH wanted poster. Oh, shit. That's not good.
Hockey.
Yep, here are the consequences. Oh, oh. Okay, a little bit of training between Aang and Katara. And TOPH's, she's just enjoying all the. Damn, she's got gold.
What's in town?
Well, it sounds like a sheet of paper, but I guess
You're gonna
we'll
have to
learn
describe it to her.
what's on the sheet of paper.
The Runaway.
Oh, they nicknamed her the
That's
Runaway.
So great.
Okay.
My new nickname.
She loves her new nickname.
Good.
Yeah. It's a spitting
Well, yeah,
image.
actually, it does look pretty good. You're missing a point. Maybe Katara was right.
Money to help with the invasion plan.
Plenty of money for the
Well,
invasion
that
plan.
is true.
What would you need
I
though?
had this armor for Appa.
Make some armor for Appa. Whoa, that's cool.
Here's a little extra of the Fire Nation.
Okay, a little extra. Oh wow, making an
I do
atlas.
Like expensive atlases.
Of course you do. Okay, our little secret.
Our little secret. Well, I mean, if there's one, there's probably multiple.
Didn't buy a bird.
Sokka got
Not just a
bribed.
bird, a messenger bird over the world. Even
Who
to
are we gonna
Gran
send
Gran.
messages to? Oh, to Gran Gran.
I never actually thought about that.
He hasn't tested it out yet.
Gran Gran. Oh,
Gran Gran South Pole. No.
I think he gets it.
And Momo is jealous.
Make hockey.
That's funny. Oh wow, she feeds Appa like that? That's
Look who
cool.
Decided to join us. Scamming again?
Scamming
Yes,
again.
we were.
They
And I
were.
suppose you don't think dangerous at all?
No, I don't.
And it's interesting, right? Because it's almost like Katara is sort of like the motherly figure of the group. Where I feel like that's why Toph kind of has some sort of like disdain for Katara in some ways, because it reminds her of her parents, you know? Because like Katara is pretty overprotective, you know? It's just because it comes from a good place, you know? She cares so much about them. And of course she cares about Toph as well. And she doesn't want to see Toph get arrested or, you know, much less the entire gang get busted because of this, right? So I think it's cool how, you know, Katara was right in how, you know, it's not like she hates her parents, you know, but she does feel guilty for leaving them as well. And that guilt is kind of turned into a little bit of edginess, right? And like rebelliousness. And that's why, you know, the feuds between Katara and Toph, this isn't the first time, right? There was another instance. It was the hunt episode or the chase episode when Azula was hunting them down relentlessly. And Toph decided to leave the gang, right? Because of the fight that Katara and Toph had. And now looking back at it and like thinking about how, you know, basically Katara is like reminding Toph of her parents, then it's like it makes sense why these arguments break out, right? So yeah, very cool.
What's this?
Oh,
I don't know.
she doesn't know.
Seriously, I'm blind.
Another blind
It's a wanted
joke.
poster of you. Hey,
Yeah,
is
she
that what you're
knows.
called now?
Caught
Are you
red-handed.
proud of this?
Where did you get that?
Got it.
Oh,
You
where did she get it? She went through her stuff.
Right. See, and I was just straightening up, and I happened to stumble across it.
Okay, yeah, and like, you know, this is a little bit of an overstep. So it's not like, you know, it's just completely like Toph, like she's in the wrong, right? It's also Katara, you know, being overprotective and kind of overstepping a little boundary. She's like, oh, your stuff was messy, so I was cleaning it up, but I just happened to find this wanted poster in there, you know. So it's like they're both in the wrong to some degree. Oh wow.
Fine, it's a lie. But you've been so out of
It is a
control
lie.
lately, hiding something, and you were.
Yeah, she shouldn't have hid it
Walk
from
away
the
me
group.
while I'm talking to you.
Oh, really, Mom?
Yeah.
Are you going to room?
Exactly.
Well, you can't. My mom.
Yeah, you're not my
their
mom.
mom.
Damn.
I never said I was.
You certainly act like it.
But you act like
Your
that.
job to boss everyone. Not.
She's not
Just a
bossing them
regular
around.
kid like the rest of us. Tell me what to do. I can
Damn.
do whatever I want.
Yeah, she's just worked up right now.
Motherly?
You're asking the wrong person. Say, Sokka, good choice.
Do I act like a mom? Stop rubbing your eye and speak clearly when you talk.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
I can't be
ma'am.
around you right now.
Well, I'm you.
Oh, that's funny, man.
I know hockey. Long.
Why can't they just get along? They will, they will. We just gotta get over this little hurdle, man.
You want to test out my messenger hawk with me?
Test
I've
out the
got an
messenger
idea.
hawk. Okay, yeah.
Tara. And
Oh.
it's from Toph. Who wants
Okay.
to apologize.
Okay.
And everyone's again.
I gotta say, Sokka, impressed me with your ideas.
Okay, Sokka the idea guy after all. Oh, wow. Hold on a second. This is crazy because, dude, okay, and it's weird how like I can remember this, right? In the first season, I'm pretty sure it was book 1, right? When they go to the pirates, this statue, I don't know if it was this exact statue that was being sold by the pirates, right? Or it was like a similar one, but it looks exactly like the statue that the pirates had when they went to get the water scroll and Katara stole the water scroll from the pirates. I think that's a cool a little Easter egg, if you will.
Dear Katara,
I don't know if this is gonna work,
sorry
Sokka.
for everything. Tough.
Okay, short and sweet. Nice. Okay, let's see if this bird does his job.
I know this is from you, Sokka. Toph can't write.
Top.
You're all driving me crazy.
I didn't even consider that. Of course, Toph can't write. How would she be able to write if she's blind? It's not in braille or anything. Oh my god. That's funny. That completely flew over my head until now.
Crazy.
Toph can't write.
Yeah, we're idiots.
Yeah.
I guess plan B is Toph pretending it's from Katara.
Okay.
I think to a similar problem. Sorry, Hockey.
Sorry,
I'm gonna
Hockey.
have to come on. We need to talk.
We gotta talk. Oh wow, what a peaceful little scenery. Katara's unwinding a bit. Maybe Aang will talk to her.
So let me guess.
Nah, she's pretty much a pain. She's always got to be right about everything and
Aw.
involved and in your business.
Yeah.
In a way, I rely on it.
She relies on it. Or he relies on
When
it.
our mom died, my life.
Yeah.
Our family was a mess. She had so much strength. She
Wow.
stepped up and took on so much responsibility by our mom.
Yeah.
I guess I never thought about that.
I didn't really consider that part either, and it just makes so much sense why Katara acts this way, right? You know, why she is kind of the mother figure of the group. It's because she filled in the void that was left from her mother dying, you know, and she was so young when that happened, and she kind of had to step up and be the mother figure for not only herself but Sokka as well, right? And I just think that's really cool, man. How Sokka's admitting how, you know, he relies on that, and it's actually a positive thing, although it may be overbearing sometimes, right? It's still, you know, out of a place of love and good intention. So yeah, very cool, very cool.
I'm gonna tell you something crazy.
Something
I've
crazy.
never told anyone this before.
Oh.
I'm not sure I can remember what my mother looked like.
Oh
It
wow.
really seems like my whole life out for me.
Wow, man.
She's always been the one that's there.
Yeah.
And now, when I try to remember my mom, face I can picture.
Wow, that's so sad.
Sometimes act motherly.
Yeah.
That's not always a bad thing.
It's not a
She's
bad thing.
compassionate and kind, cares about,
Oh, she's gonna start
you
crying.
know,
That's
the
so
real
sweet. Damn, I'm starting to tear up. This is
Don't ever tell
It's
her I said
beautiful.
any of this.
yeah, don't tell her.
My-
Oh man. That's so good, man. God, I love Katara so much.
Hi, Toph.
Stop. You don't need to apologize.
No need
I
to
was the one being
apologize.
stupid.
Really, I wasn't going to apologize.
She wasn't gonna
I was gonna
apologize.
say pull a scam with you.
Oh, she wants to pull a scam with her.
What? The ultimate scam.
The ultimate scam. Okay, okay, chill. Oh.
You know I'm in.
Okay, she's
Now
in.
what's this idea of yours?
So, okay, this kind of like paints a different picture to what we saw then earlier, you know, where it seemed like in the beginning of the episode, it was like, Katara's the one who called the guards on her, and she's like, you deserve this, but I think it's more so they're going to go try to pull a scam, and it doesn't work out the way they think it will, and Katara has to kind of, you know, act that certain way to avoid her being caught as well. And so maybe they're going to try to break Toph out of prison or wherever they're going to hold her. Okay, yeah. And they're foaming at the mouth.
The plan is simple. 10 times more than you've made in all your scams.
Oh, okay. And the scam, the ultimate scam is to turn herself in, to turn Toph in. Okay, yeah. That makes sense, bro. That makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense.
Like the reward.
Right.
You metal bend your jail. And we're on
Yeah.
our way.
And she could just metal bend out of prison. Okay, this makes a lot more
Do this
sense.
to me. Rape me.
You
They're
brought this
acting
on
it.
yourself.
They're acting
I had
well.
no choice.
Hopefully she can get out easily, though.
Turning in the runaway.
Yeah, where's my
Right
money?
thing is its own reward.
Where's my reward?
I still want the actual reward.
Yeah.
Of course, right this way.
Of course. Okay, let's see what we get. What kind of reward do we get? Oh, damn. They're just dragging her across the ground like that. That's sad, bro. Oh, it's wood.
Hey, what kind of cell is this?
This isn't a metal cell.
Wooden one.
That's interesting. That's not good. And she's not going to get much of a reward. She might get captured as well.
Sir, looking for.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. I'm not gonna lie, I almost had a heart attack there for a second. Oh my God. So not only did they not put Toph in a cage that she can just bend out of, combustion guy, man, or whatever his name is, he's there. And he, oh my God, this is bad, man. This is actually probably the worst case scenario, I think. Okay, Sokka and Aang, we're gonna have to work some magic here.
Wondering the same thing.
Yeah, they know something's wrong. You two
Oppa's in
behave.
charge.
Appa's in charge. Take care of him, Appa. Maybe they'll start to be friends. Oh. Oh. Okay, they got thrown in the same prison cell.
It's a trap. Really? Gee, how'd you figure out it was a trap?
Okay, and you know they're starting to get angry at each other, right? But I think they'll calm down and realize that they gotta escape this together, you know. And this is cool because you know this is like forcing them to bond, right? You know, even though they apologized and they had that little heart to heart, you know, Katara listened in to what Sokka and Toph were saying, and now they're in a situation where they're forced to work together if they want to get out of here. But I think one thing that's interesting is why the Combustion Man, it just like. Where is he at? Because like I assumed that he would have recognized Katara's face from when he invaded them while they were at the little beach area, right? And so why did he just throw him in jail? I thought he would try to combust her or, you know, like say, where's the Avatar? But I don't know. I guess we'll find out, huh?
He wants Aang.
Oh,
I can't believe I was so stupid.
they're the baits.
Exactly, Am.
Damn
I knew
it.
this would happen.
Okay, Katara, whatever.
This was your
It
idea.
was her idea.
No, I believe that I can have fun too.
Yeah, she can. She knows
You are
that.
fun. You're at least fun to argue with.
You're fun to argue
I know your
with.
relationship with your
Aw.
parents is complicated. Said what I said.
Yeah,
It's okay when you said that because
they're coming around.
Because maybe it's true.
Yeah,
I
she was
try not to
right.
think about it. I probably really hurt them.
No. That's so sad,
Who do you think
man.
they might be?
Okay, this is
Who do you
bad.
think anyone is?
This is actually bad, man. Okay, he's here. He's waiting for them. Oh my God. And we're in the snake's den right now. The snake's nest. Like, this is terrible. Oh my God. Oh my God, bro. It's not only just Sparky Boom Man that's appeared and is trying to blow up the Avatar, but now the entire village is like, what are these explosions outside? And they're gonna realize that, you know, something is going on here. So I'm starting to think that maybe the plan to keep Aang, you know, under wraps, you know, and his identity a secret is actually unfolding right now. Like, it's unraveling, and they're not going to have much of a choice because, like, how would you even cover this up, you know? Even if you were to run away, the people of the village would be like, what the hell just happened, you know? Like, who is this guy? And I imagine that they would maybe put the two pieces together, or maybe not, but, like, yeah, this is bad, bro. This is actually terrible.
Doesn't quite fit.
Doesn't fit. Oh, damn. They gotta get out of here.
I don't know.
They
I
gotta
wish
do
we had
wood
some
bending.
earth or water.
The meteor bracelet. You
The
can make a
meteor
sword.
bracelet.
I look at camp.
Oh,
Those
she
words,
left
they would
it.
Take it.
Damn. She's sweating. She can bend the sweat. That is awesome. She's running in place.
Tara, okay?
Yeah,
Just fine.
she's fine.
Well,
That's actually a brilliant
I'm making
idea.
my own water.
Make her own water. Wow. Wow.
genius.
It is genius.
Stinky genius.
A sweaty genius. And dude, this is awesome, man. Because like, this is something that I would be thinking about, you know, like while I was just, you know, chilling or editing a video, you know, one of these reactions. I would be sitting there and I'm like, man, like, earthbending is very versatile, right? But at the same time, I feel like waterbending is just as versatile, if not like even more so. And it has such potential to like have such like crazy techniques you can use with it, because we're seeing Katara bend the sweat from her body into like a blade for, you know, as like a weapon of some sort. So I would sit there and I'd be like, why couldn't the waterbenders just like bend the water inside of people, you know, because we're made up of like what, like a majority of water in our body. So that's cool, man, that we're actually they're kind of confirming like, yeah, you know, waterbending is like incredibly versatile and you can even create your own water, you know. It's just cool. It's so cool. Damn. And no one seems to know what's going on here. I don't see anybody else here.
From his brain.
Shoots fire from his brain. Okay, split up. I mean, I guess, because he's after Aang anyway. Damn, damn, damn. Oof. Right onto the statue. Okay, he caught himself, but he fell over. Oh, shit. Damn. Katara froze his head. Get up, we gotta go.
Get out of here.
We gotta run away. How is he gonna get rid of the ice? Okay, punch it with your metal arm. Cool. Oh, brother. Oh. The pebble. Does that get rid of his power? Oh. He just blew himself up. What the hell?
Perfect name for that guy.
The perfect name.
Combustion Man.
Combustion Man.
Good job, Sokka. Now let's get out.
And okay, you might be wondering. So I got a little comment, like I think 2 videos ago or something, where I called him Combustion Man, right? And you know, they said that I've already watched the episode before, which is not true, right? You know, I wouldn't do these videos if I've already seen the show, right? It just wouldn't make much sense. But it's actually completely valid that they would think that I've already seen the episode, because like they're like, how did you know that was his name, right? And you know, I figured, because that's what he does. He combusts, right? He blows shit up. But if I'm being honest, like I have friends that, you know, have, like I said in the last episode, my friends are the reason why I started watching this show in the first place. Like one of the big reasons, right? Because they were all telling me how incredibly good it was. And you know, I talk to them every once in a while and I tell them, you know, how's it going? And they're like, have you seen Combustion Man yet? And when they said that, you know, because like, you know, they're good about not giving me any spoilers, of course, you know, they're not assholes or anything, but they did let it slip, you know, have you seen Combustion Man yet? And I'm like, no, who is Combustion Man? So I kind of put the 2 pieces together, but I just wanted to let you know that I have not seen these episodes, right? I am not rewatching it, and I am going in blind, but I understand why you would think that, or why this specific person who left a comment on the video, why they would think that. So yeah, I hope that clears it up a little bit. I'm not a fraud, I promise.
Hockey, how about you, buddy?
How about you, Hockey? How you doing?
Such a lazy little bird.
I need your help.
She needs Katara's help. With what?
What is it, Toph?
You to write some things down for me.
Oh,
send a letter.
wow, man. This is good writing, right? Because I was kind of sitting there. I'm like, why the hell did Sokka get this bird in the first place? But it makes perfect sense, you know. She wants Katara to write down some of the things that she wants to say to her mother, and I think that's such a great gesture of goodwill, right? To, you know, reach back out to her parents and say, you know, I'm okay, I'm fine, you know, and I'm sorry for abruptly leaving, but I you know, it was her choice, and you know, she might have been young as hell, right, and still a kid, but at the same time she was in a pretty toxic environment, I feel like, you know, and you know, she just has incredible potential, and she is such an integral part in helping the gang, you know. And so I just think it's wonderful how, you know, we're finally getting a reason to why Sokka got this bird in the first place, and it's all, you know, tying up nicely to end this episode. Very cool.
Happy to help.
Yes, I love it, man. And they're close. They're close now again.
Where'd Hockey go?
Nice, nice. Wow, good episode, man. Very good, very good. It's, you know, it's a nice change of pace, because the last episode was peak. And this one, you know, it was good, of course, but it's not like an insane lore dump or anything like that. But really, it's just another character-driven episode, I feel like. And it focuses on the dynamic, you know, of Toph and the rest of the group, especially the dynamic between Toph and Katara. And I think I was pretty on the nose for most of the messaging behind this episode, right? I think I pieced it together pretty well, where, you know, Katara is the mother of the group, you know, she's very motherly, and it's all a result of her mother dying when she was young, and it's just so tragic, you know. She had to kind of take her own place, you know, take her mother's place and act as a mother for not only herself, but for Sokka, and that's just something that's been a part of her for most of her life, and it bleeds over into, you know, her just being with the gang. But sure, sometimes it's overbearing, sometimes it's a little annoying for the gang. More so just, Toph. Sometimes Sokka maybe, but it seems like Sokka and Aang, they don't mind too much, but I think it was just bothering Toph because, and Katara said it perfectly, because Katara reminds Toph of her own mother, her own parents, and she was just feeling guilty, and that guiltiness that was weighing on her just turned into a little bit of resentment, and anger, and that's why they would be feuding in the first place. But I just think it's great how it kind of, it just turned around, and Toph came around to understanding that it's not a bad thing necessarily. It all comes from a place of love, and I really loved how Sokka was the agent to kind of push that change on the change of heart into Toph, and kind of make her realize that they don't mind it. In fact, they actually rely on it. They kind of depend on Katara's motherliness, because it's something that is positive, really, at the end of the day. It's because she cares so much about them, and it just keeps them grounded, and even for Aang, right? Because we never really get to see Aang's parents, which is really interesting to me. Like, now that I'm thinking about it, we never get to see Aang's father or Aang's mother, right? So it just seems like Aang really never had a mother figure either. At the end of the day, and that's why he loves Katara so much, because she takes care of him as well, and she just loves all of them so much, especially Aang. And it's a little different for Aang, right? Because he's really infatuated with her, and he just loves her, in a kind of a different way. But it makes sense why Aang doesn't really care, if Katara is a little overbearing sometimes. But yeah, that was a great episode, man, and I loved the little subversion of expectations, right? The little misdirection we got in the very first minute of the episode, where we thought it was like Katara selling out Toph or something crazy like that, right? But really it was just Katara, trying to relate to Toph a little bit and show her that she's capable of having fun. But yeah, it's great, man. I love Katara. She's just so pure-hearted, and I love how I love Toph as well, and I love how this episode was dedicated to her, because I think we really needed it. Like I said before, we've gotten the character-driven episodes, and Toph was the one that kind of didn't have too many. And so I think it just gave us a little more insight into her, and what she was dealing with. And I think overall it was a positive change. Toph is a little bit closer now with Katara, and she even asked her to write for her own mother, some words for her mother to get. So I think that's good, and hopefully that'll kind of help Toph's parents, understand that she had to do what she had to do, and she's fine, she's doing great, she's thriving even. And I love how we got to see the Combustion Man. I'm wondering if this will be the end of Combustion Guy, or whatever his name is, Combustion Man, right? I'm wondering if this will be the end of his little arc. I'm not sure. If I had to assume, probably not. I don't know if this is the last time we'll see him, but I don't think so, because he's like the damn Terminator, Sure, they escaped him for now, but I'm sure he's just gonna keep going, But I thought it was really cool how they basically showed a little counter to how to disable him, how to counter his ability for a little bit. And it was when Toph shot that pebble at the eye on his head. And so it's interesting to think about how his power works as a whole as well, right? Like, that's something I'm super interested in, and I really hope that we get like an in-depth explanation on how that actually works. Like, how is this guy capable of bending fire with his mind? And does it completely rely on the fact that he has the tattoo as his third eye? I don't know, man. It's just cool. It's cool because we've never seen something like that before. And so if I had to guess, he'll probably be back, but hey, I'm not sure. Like I said, I haven't seen this show, so I don't know where it's gonna go, but I could take a little guess and say that we'll see him maybe a couple more times or something. I don't think he's just gonna stop there. But another thing I'm wondering is, like, how does this play into like the current goal, right? The infiltration method, where we keep Aang a secret until the day of the eclipse, right? Was this little event enough to kind of create a little bit of curiosity and you know, suspicion, raise a little bit of suspicion in terms of, okay, what the hell just happened here? Why did this combustion guy, this massive 6'4" Terminator guy, start blowing up all these buildings? You know, we didn't see any people around in the village, so I'm sure somebody heard it. And so I'm just interested to see, you know, are they going to figure out that Aang is alive before the day of the eclipse? And if so, how does that change things, you know? I think that would be interesting, man. Yeah. But yeah, that was a great episode. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Maybe not as exciting as the last episode, but more, you know, more heartfelt and more of a character-centric episode. And I love it, man, because all these episodes are just so different on their own, you know? And that's why it's so hard to choose, you know, a favorite episode, because all of them just have their own positives, you know? They're all focused on different things. You know, some episodes we get crazy lore dumps. Some episodes we get more action-packed, tense fight scenes, you know? And then some episodes are more, you know, wholesome and more character-driven, you know, where there's not as much action. But I think this one was a very good balance, right? Where, you know, the Combustion Man, he was the part of the balance of the action, right? So I think it was just overall very entertaining, a well-written episode, of course, you know, as usual. There's not been a bad written episode in this entire series. But yeah, man, we're almost at the halfway mark. I'm interested to see where this goes. If I had to guess, you know, we're gonna start getting more Zuko-centric episodes, and I'm interested to see how that plays out, especially with Uncle Iroh, you know, and Iroh giving him the little heirloom, right, the crown. And I got a cool little comment saying, like, basically, you know, if Iroh was gonna become the Fire Lord, he would have given that crown to his son, right? So essentially, he was kind of officially adopting Zuko as his own son. You know, it's like, I would have given this to my son, but I'm going to give it to you instead. And I thought that was a brilliant little headcanon. I think like, I don't even know if you would consider that a headcanon, because it just makes so much sense, right? But yeah, man, I'm interested to see where this goes. I really am. I'm excited. All right, well, I think that's going to be it from me. I've yapped a decent bit this episode, and I don't want to make this a super long video. I don't want to keep you here all day. But if you're still here, thank you for watching. It really means a lot to me. And of course, as always, I read every single comment. And, you know, I just appreciate, you know, any input that you guys have to say. You know, even if it's like, you know, your perspective, how much you like the episode, or anything like that, you know, it's great. And I read all of them. So, you know, thank you. Even if you just watch the episode, this reaction video, right, of this episode, and you don't comment anything, it still means a lot to me. It really does. And I'm glad that you are with me on this little journey that I'm in the middle of, you know, I'm almost at the end of, and I can't wait to, you know, experience it for the first time, and maybe you guys will, you know, kind of relive it, you know, at the same time. And hopefully I can kind of give you a little bit of a different perspective. I don't know. I'm kind of going on a tangent here. So yeah, that's it from me. Episode 7 completed. Bada bing, bada boom. I will see you very soon for the next one. Have a good one.